You know, one thing that's funny about that game, what I remember is actually was covering the team, but I went to the game as a fan. So I kind of snuck in. We were like third deck. I was trying to be low key, but man, when that happened, it went nuts. I mean, you could not even turn without high-fiving or shaking someone else, giving someone else a hug. It was nuts. Then the tailgate was like a post-game tailgate, which was like a mob party scene. Incredible.
I remember after the game, I was very impressed with Jim Leland because he said, "This is what makes baseball so great." He was so gracious. Maybe he knew he was going to win the series, but I remember about him again, and someone actually said, "Well, you know, Abaciel Garcia, he's going to be great," and Jim Leland said, "I don't know, he's a rookie. Maybe he will, maybe he won't."
If you look at this scene out here today, and you think about those crowds, those games, it's impossible for you to tell me that this market, this city, this town can't support a Major League Baseball franchise. Say hi to everybody. I heard a story, and Trevor can tell us more about this, but have you been a team? Look at that synergy.
My first guy I faced, my first big league out. I only got 5 more in that outing, so that didn't go well after that, but it was pretty good for 1 pitch. Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, good call there. Trevor's got his Oakland 68s.
That's one of my favorite hats for Sullivan. It's pretty cool.
And when you spent your year here in front of these people, I know you forged a connection, and you forged a connection enough that, you know, when you decided to call it a career, you actually, you know, shouted these people out. You shouted this situation out. You pointed out the injustice that is going on with A's ownership. And I think you immediately became a core hero. But what was it about the situation you experienced last year that brought you the passion that you have today for this fan base?
Well, a lot of it, well, thank you, first of all, and a lot of it, you know, me wanting to come here was my experience as being a visiting player with this fan base, and it's, you know, I think I was sitting over there, heard Carol's Whisper was mentioned. You know, we believe in Stephen Vogt. I've been a huge Stephen Vogt fan for a very long time, even before he was an A, so that's just the way you always treated your players, and I always noticed that there was a sign out on the railing for every single player, no matter how obscure or how long they've been in the big leagues. And that's what I love about this game. You know, even though the year was what it was and the situation is what it is, that love still comes through, and it was always, we always knew you guys got it and knew what was happening, that it wasn't the players, and we appreciate you regardless. We understand. So it's something I want to be a part of, and I know it was hard to be there sometimes, and a lot of times probably, and we struggled to show you that we appreciated it because of, you know, guys want to keep their jobs, and there's a lot of young kids on the team that, you know, one misstep could be the end of your career. That does happen. So I was pretty much the only person in the position to say anything or do anything. And thank you. We play the game for fans. We don't play the game for money. It's not about, it does help. But that's not where it started. You know, there should be no money in the game. Guys had to work other jobs, and they still played it then. And we're here to make you guys feel something. That's the point. We're there to make you feel something, and that's gotten lost sometimes. So we love you guys, and we do appreciate you.
One of the things I really admire about you as well is you're very public with this. This is a super macho sport. And last year you took a break, you came back, and you were lights out. I mean, it really helped. And I said you're very public about that. How did that help you to sort of regather yourself?
Yeah, it's big. that was tough. And shout out to the guy who came before me, Daniel Bard. I had discussions with him, and he was a guy who, very famously had struggled with that and almost lost his career as researched back. So and he struggled with it last year too. So if he hadn't done that, I don't know if I would have had the courage to go and be like, hey, I need to do this, because it kind of set the tone there. So that was big. I was going through all kinds of stuff last year, but which I won't go fully into. But I felt your guys' pain at the same time, and I knew that people go through things, and sometimes you just got to take some time off and get things going. Because you're not helping anybody else, especially your teammates. If you're one foot in, one foot out, nobody wants that. The fans don't deserve it either. So they were wonderful to me, honestly. Quickly, but I had two options during that, and one was give up, and one was come back and finish this thing the way I wanted to finish it. So that's what I did.
Moneyball movie, whatever, but that was a real movie. And the moment that you took before recording that final strike to get that final out and take that step behind the mound and you looked around, and I saw you do it. I asked you afterwards, and you said that it was intentional. What was it like, and where did that rate in your career? Because you pitched in New York, you pitched in the playoffs, you pitched a lot of big places, but to take that moment and take it all in, it seemed like it was very meaningful.
Yeah, it was. It might be the top moment, because I know where you said you guys were gonna do something, and you did it beyond. From the moment of silence to the fifth, it was just like that was crazy. I'd never seen anything like that. I know that even people. I was talking to people earlier. I know that even some people who were planning were like, I don't know if we're gonna be able to book. And it was just silent, and it was like, whoa. And I talked to Hogan Harris, who was pitching at the time, and I don't know if a lot of you guys know this, but his start of his career was a little bit rocky, and that day was a day that he felt like just in control, and you were a major reason for that. And so his season turned around too. So we just all fed off you. I had 7 wins in a row to bring us up to 1950. Especially that team who had just, like, if you weren't there in Tampa for that first series, we needed it. So everything, it just all kind of came together, and that was my first save of the year. So like it was definitely like me coming back at the same time. So it all lined up perfectly, and there was just something in my head that said, this just is gonna happen. Like this just is happening. So taking it in, to answer your question in a very long form, is something I was trying to do, knowing that this probably going to be my last year too, and it's something I was talking to all the rookies. We had like 58 guys make their debuts. So I said, take it in. Go look around the stadium. I did it my debut, which was in the Coliseum. So it was easy for me to do. It's a big place. It's a bigger than life place. So I just wanted to remember the moment, and boy am I going to remember it.
I know you recently retired. You famously called out A's ownership in that message. What you're up to now, because I think what you're doing is really cool. You're doing this your own way. You're online, social media, streaming, making videos. You're going to have a bunch of other things you're doing with Major League Baseball content and gaming content. So what are you up to? I mean, where can these guys follow you, and how can you keep supporting Trevor May?
Thank you. That's a great...
Let's get a plug in, you know?
That's a great oop there. I would say the big one is the Trevor May Baseball on YouTube. That's getting a lot of attention of mine. I'm really, really enjoying it. You know, if you ask my wife, she'd be like, I've just never seen you smile this much. So I'm having a blast talking about all this stuff, and you're gonna going to see a lot of cool stuff there, along the lines of, just calling stuff out. I think I kind of want to keep doing that. I think that's something that's important, as it doesn't get done enough. So, not all the time, we're going to have goofs and gaffes. There's going to be jokes, but for the most part, we're going to just talk about baseball and keep giving you my perspective. That's what I'm working on really hard, and I'm going to be there for a while.
Who's the mic up? We want to encourage everyone to do the silent auction. We're also going to do the raffle giveaways as well. One more hand for Trevor May. He was only here.